In this lesson, let's talk about the main parts of a web page, or more specifically for what we're covering in this workshop, the main parts of a blog. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, when you're dealing with the HTML code, the source code for the document, there are really just two sections, the head section and the body section. The head section contains all the invisible things that make the page actually work, like metadata or cascading style sheets or JavaScript. The only thing in the head section that's actually visible on the page is the title. So at the very top of your web browser, when you go to a web page, it might say welcome to Park County, Indiana, or welcome to whatever the name of the company's site is. That's the title, and that's the only visible part that's located in the head section. Everything else that you see on a web page is in the body section. So graphics, text, buttons, any multimedia like movies, those are all in the body section of the website. Here I have a snapshot of a website. It happens to be mine, which is called creatable.com. And I thought I'd use this to show you some basic parts of a website, or in this case, as I said, a blog website. All of these things can be in different places, but they're all just basic things that are usually on most websites. Starting with the header. The header section is typically at the top of the page, which is why it's called the header. But it can contain logos. Mine has my company logo. It also has the Adobe Community Professional logo. It can also contain a welcome message about your website, perhaps a tagline. It can contain links. Sometimes there are external or internal links existing right inside the header. The next section is the nav bar. In my case, my nav bar is located below the header. Sometimes it's down the left-hand column. Sometimes it's above the header. It can be at the bottom of the page. It can be a number of different places. But the nav bar is really one of the best working parts of your website because it's what people are going to use to navigate through your site. So it contains external and internal links. Internal links meaning links that go to other pages or other parts of pages within your site. And external links would be linking to, in my case, perhaps to adobe.com or perhaps to another company that I'm doing business with or something like that, maybe a sponsor. The body section is the main bulk of the website. That's where, in our case, all the blog postings will be listed, perhaps a calendar of events, any graphics that pertain to the stories that you're posting. Those will all be listed in the body section. And then finally, there's the footer. And in my case, the footer is empty, but in a lot of cases, the footer might have some copyright information, perhaps a blurb or a tagline about the website, perhaps some external links, or maybe even a couple logos. So those are some of the basic parts that you find on most web pages. Now I want to take you in and show you an actual website and some actual code. So I'm going to go down here first to my browser. I'm using Chrome, and this is what my website looks like when you see it online. And I'm going to go under View and go to Developer and choose View Source. Now this is how I get to it on Chrome, but all browsers allow you to view the source code. You just have to find it in your drop-down menu. And again, in Chrome, it's View, Developer, View Source. So this is the source for all of my content on my website. It looks a little intimidating at first, but I just want to show you that you can break it down and kind of get a closer look at it. The HTML tag is always the first tag that you see because that tells the browser that a web page is coming. And at the very bottom of the page, the very last tag is the end HTML tag. So whenever you see that /, that tells it to end whatever action was happening. And then we have the head section. So here's the head tag, and this goes all the way down until we begin the body section. So there's the end head, and there's the beginning of the body section. So what I used to create this was my HTML editor of choice, which is Adobe Dreamweaver. You can use whatever you want, but all of this code was all written for me. I would not want to have to go in and create all this myself. Here's the title. So this is the title tag. Here's what is in my title tag, and then here is the end title tag. So creatable.com is what you see at the top of my site. Here it is right here, and that's what's contained within that title tag. So at first glance, this looks a little intimidating, but we're going to learn more about it as we go. Just to show you, for example, in this HTML tag, this is an attribute and this is a value. This is an attribute and this is a value, and here's another attribute and another value. So we'll be talking more about these throughout this course, but I wanted to just give you a quick run through of the basic parts of a web page and then show you the code so it's not so intimidating.